I'm Kevin Henner, current president of this amazing association. I've often used the phrase, if I have seen further than others, it was because I was standing on the shoulders of giants. Mark Feldman was that giant. Mark was a leader, a mentor, and a visionary whose unparalleled accomplishments influenced all levels of organized dentistry. His guidance and understanding of the profession of dentistry, past, present, and future, was unlike any other. But it didn't stop there. Mark was always a true friend who always showed compassion, empathy, and thoughtfulness. There will never be another Dr. Mark J. Feldman, and we have all been blessed by being a part of his world. Thank you, Mark, for being you, and thank you to Carol, Eric, and Sean for sharing him with us. He was nothing shy of amazing.
Mark was a visionary.
He was honest, he was decent.
When he talked, they listened.
He knew how to get the best out of every single person he dealt with.
He was able to explain things that were complex in a very simplified fashion that made everyone understand.
I think the way Mark will be remembered by so many people is the influence that he had on their early careers.
For all his accomplishments, substantively in organized dentistry and on behalf of the profession, I would hope that he's remembered most for his personal courage and his unflagging work ethic.
Mark entered into what could have been at the ADA, I won't say straightforward year, but a year that he had visions and he had goals he wanted to do. And in many ways, it totally changed very early in his term. And Mark had to assume the role of executive director, American Dental Association, which is something that he certainly didn't see coming, but he adapted to it.
Well, he was a good listener. Dr. Feldman listened to all the people in a conversation, in a dialogue, in a debate, and he would learn from it and respond to it.
I really felt that, his skill sets, from his background both at NISDA, both as past president and as treasurer, and then as treasurer of the ADA, and his level of involvement at the ADA, we couldn't have had a more appropriate person with more skills that we needed at that time in that position at that time.
He had an open door policy, he listened.
One of the biggest things was in 2010, we changed our entire governing structure from a board of governors, which was only 35 people, 36 governors, to a House of Delegates of 102 members. And the purpose of that was to be more inclusive and to involve more members in the governing structure of the New York State Dental Association. That was a huge transformation, and that happened under his leadership.
I was always continually impressed with his ability to look at a problem and decide what should be done and help guide everybody in the right direction.
He was a consensus builder. His main attribute, first of all, he had incredible knowledge, but he was very articulate. He never spoke down to anyone, and he brought everyone together, and everyone always left on the same page.
In the pandemic was a very difficult time for everyone that worked at NISDA, including Mark, especially Mark, because he was at the helm of it all. And but with perseverance and determination, we forged forward.
When leadership at the top is cool and calm and is on top of the situation, that sets a very positive tone for the rest of the membership to feel assured that things are going in the right direction.
I think Mark has inspired me to be a better listener, be open-minded, roll with the changes, and always put your family first.
Mark was a good, decent man. He was a good man. He was a good family man, and he'll always be remembered for being a good man in my book.
No matter how much dentistry, he loved dentistry, he loved his family more. I mean, that was just number one in his book, always, And he would tell you that, take time for your family.
He was a sweet and dear man, and that is something that leaders often lose, those qualities Mark never did.
One word I would choose to describe Mark Feldman would be impactful. Mark made a difference.
If I had to select only one word, it would be amazing.
I knew he was somebody I could always turn to.
Dr. Feldman will be remembered for his extraordinary leadership, his commitment to organized dentistry, and his involvement locally, statewide, nationally, his advocacy for the profession, and his passion for the profession. He really had a great impact on the profession.
He's a man to be beloved by the people that knew and loved him, and he'll be missed by them.